Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Larva and Stork here on the map named Third World. Not entirely sure if that's the name. It's in Korean, and then in the brackets next to it, it says Third World 1.0, so I assume that's the name. Got this replay off of the foreign Brood War Discord server. If you want a link, I'll put it in the description for you. There are replays there. There is help for you if you're trying to play StarCraft in English. Alright, bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. It is Larva. And in the top right-hand corner, it's going to be the orange Protoss player. His name is Stork. Alright, so Stork versus Larva here on a very weird map. This is fairly new. By fairly new, I mean actually this year, so 2018. This was played on the remastered client. This might be the first replay that I cast of somebody else's that wasn't originally played in the remastered client. So, or that was originally played in the remastered client. So very excited to see this one here. Two players who are still very active in the Brood War scene, playing StarCraft Brood War Remastered, having a lot of fun doing it, winning money doing it. Larva's got that thing where he played an entire game with his feet once. Stork has just been around forever and ever, amen. Alright, what? No, I know what these are for. This is to block stuff off, but why the heck is there one right there? That doesn't block anything. Does that allow... Oh, maybe that allows for easier walling? Alright, I take it back. That's for walling. That's if you're Protoss or you're Terran. Oh, I was going to say, that almost looks like... It is a forward pylon. Thrown down by Stork here, trying to block an expansion attempt by Larva. Larva did go for a pretty quick pool, though, which is a little bit scary. If you're Stork, he needs to wall this off. Maybe get a cannon up, a zealot out as soon as possible. And trying to do this here is getting blocked as well. Stork is just being so annoying here in the early game. But yeah, this is just so you can easily wall off with a couple buildings and then kill this and actually let your units get out. Eventually, another pylon. This is quite an investment from Stork here in the early game. I don't know if it's going to pay off, but look. Okay, as a Zerg player who plays StarCraft 2 a lot more than I play Brood War, this is incredibly frustrating. When you want to take an expansion and you can't, you want to take your natural? No. You want to take your third base? No. Where can I expand? Maybe up here, I guess, says Larva. This seems like a fine place to throw down a hatchery way later than he wanted to. The Lings are on the way. Oh, he canceled that first pylon. This one is not going to stand as long as the first one did. It is going to actually last for a bit of time, though. Look at this. 2 Lings, not quite enough to kill a pylon as it is building, as it's warping in, but these ones will force the cancel, and finally able to throw down his natural base, which is technically his third, but we'll call it his natural because they're going to come up at virtually the same time. Zealot and a probe running around, trying to deal with this many Lings, though. 6 Lings? I don't know. I guess what it does is keeps the Lings away from your base. Even if this doesn't necessarily kill anything, it keeps the Lings from coming and walking into your natural base. It distracts them quite nicely. These probes... that probe's staying alive somehow, some way. And Zealots here fighting good. 2 Zealots can take on a good number of Zerglings. 8 of them, if they are microed correctly. However, that is not exactly what we're seeing here. They're taking extra shots as they're trying to return on home. But again, this just buys time. Another Zealot joining the party, moving the wounded Zealot back. Does get picked off there, though. And yeah, it's just not enough. It's not enough Zealots. Ooh, forced to fight a little bit. Actually focusing down the wounded Zerglings. This is some excellent micro out of Stork. He's going to lose 3 Zealots there, but killed a ton of Zerglings. Another Zealot joins the party, trying to hold the wall here, and there it is. There's that Forge coming up. Probe holding it as best as he can, coming in from behind. 1 Ling! 1 Ling makes it in to go for the scout. He will scout the lack of gas. He will scout the lack of a cybernetics core anywhere in Stork's base. That dedicated pressure required skipping a few steps in the standard build order here from Stork. But yeah, the pressure was real, man. He's making another Zealot to help wall this off. Because as we saw, that is not Zergling proof somehow. They can get through that, even though the circles do seem to overlap. Sometimes walling off is difficult. Macro hatch here at the natural base for Adult Rabbit, also known as Larva. We're going to call him Larva, though, because he is Larva. And he is fun. One of the more fun Zerg games I've cast on the channel has been from him as the Zergling gets taken out by a probe in the main base of Stork. He basically just A-moved Lings and Ultras, dropping them on top of tanks against his Terran opponent. It was no Dark Swarm, no Plague. He's just like, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to macro as hard as I can back home, and then I'm going to go. As we have a couple Zealots here kind of harassing the natural base. Pretty good micro on display by both of these players, actually. Amazing stuff. Another Zealot here. We've seen Bisu do this before against Zerg players. Just try to hit them with a lot of Zealots, hoping to catch the Zerg player in a greedy situation. But this is not actually working all that well against Larva, as this Zealot is forced to return on home. None of these Lings are injured in the slightest. I mean, oh, another Zealot coming in, though. Dang. Dang, this is some dedicated Zealot pressure. Another Zealot on the way, and we do have a robotics facility coming up back home, too. So Stork is able to keep the pressure up while macroing up back home, while teching up back home. And yeah, if the Lings don't want to engage, we'll kill drones. That's fine. That is absolutely fine, say the Zealots. We will accept killing drones and stopping all of the mining at your natural base entirely. That drone's trying to go back to work, but one more shot will finish it quite nicely. That Zealot super injured, gonna head on home. This Zealot comes in and says, Hydralisk then, eh? Any lair timing? No. No lair timing at all. So we're just trying to drone up at this point. It's not gonna be some kind of a 3-base Hydralisk attack out of the Zerg player. Instead, he's just trying to get up an economy and trying to defend against this aggression that we see out of Stork here. Pylon Robotics Facility. Stargate 2 and a Stargate and a robotics facility out of Stork. That's actually very, very interesting here. It could be Corsair. Usually we will see Stargate in conjunction with Templar Archives, and that means we're going to see some Dark Templar with Corsair. But in this case, I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's a shuttle. Great. But the shuttle doesn't help with your Stargate units, because your Stargate units can already fly. What is it going to make? Stork. Stork, let's figure this out, man. It is a Corsair. All right, man. So Corsair, I mean, I don't know what else you can make at this early stage. Scouts are utterly useless, especially in this matchup. They're pretty good against cap ships, but you're not going to see a Zerg player go for Guardians, really, in most situations. Especially in ZVP, I haven't really seen it all that much, especially because Storm just wrecks them. They can't Storm dodge very well at all. And so once you start attacking, they bring a High Templar up and go zap, and it just melts. Zergling coming up says 3 cannons. Okay, that's a lot of defense. That is a lot of defense here from the Protoss player Stork. What's he going to do with it is he's just going, apparently, to expand over here. How did he just walk? That's a walk situation, right? He didn't have to shuttle over there, did he? I don't think so, but he did unload these Zealots here. Trying to march on into this 3rd base. Corsair trying to kill Overlords with the 40 shots required it takes there. There is no charge. There are no legs on these Zealots, so if they can attack into these Hydras, they'll have a good time. But if they can't and just get kited, it's going to be pretty bad. This is fairly well defended out of Larva. I'm actually super impressed by this thus far. Overlord dies, Corsair gets out, takes minimal damage to its shields. Excellent job. Lings providing some pressure at the front door here, and it is going to be a Reaver drop. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Reaver and a couple Zealots coming out. I love how much pressure is being put on the Zerg player here. You can't just let him get 3 bases up this early and say, all right, drone up all you want, tech all you want, and then when you have a giant, scary Zerg death ball, I'll try to defend it. No. Try to do this here. Oh, big time hit with that Reaver. The shuttle taking some shots, though, which you really don't want to do. Corsair trying to kill another Overlord, at least maybe distract the Hydras for just a little bit, and then you come back on in, drop the Reaver, get a shot off. Oh, that was not as big as I thought it was going to be. Leaves the Reaver bot. Another shot. Good split, though. Shuttle gets picked off there. Zealots trying to get rid of the Hydralisks. This is some intense StarCraft action. Here in the first 8 minutes of this game, I'm having a great time. Sunken Colony helping against those Zealots quite nicely. A little static defense never hurt anybody. I know that costs you a drone, Zerg players, but man, get it. Get it. Get the static defense here. 3rd base warping in for Stork. Another Corsair on the way. Already 2 on the field. He's going for that Corsair ball, which is really scary, really problematic here. The Hydras might be able to save that one. Nope, that Overlord is already too injured. Way, way too injured. Zealot wanders in, tries to get a Hydra with a Sunken punching him on the undercarriage. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it for the harassment here for Stork for now, anyway. But I have to imagine he has like around 8 coming up here. He has 2 robotics facilities just making Reavers. Holy crap. Ooh, if you run, no! I was going to say, if you run fast enough, sometimes you can just make it peter out there, but that Scarab actually detonated, killing a whole bunch of Zerglings. That is the worst, man. You've got your Zerglings, you're attacking into a Protoss base, they've got a Reaver, and you try to get there, like you time it, right? The first Scarab comes out, bam. You're like, all right, run! Go, Zerglings! There's a little window in which you can kill this, which you can kill this Reaver, and you try to get there, and you're hitting it, bam, 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 and then another Scarab comes out, and all of your Zerglings die. That is just, it's not a great feeling. It's very, very good against Zerglings and Hydras. One-shots all these guys in clumps with splash damage. Here we go. Can you... Oh, one drone goes down. What a split. Another drone goes down. One scarab for one drone. I mean, sure, he's doing it. It's worth. It's not the best shot of all time. What that scarab, did it actually detonate on that hatchery? It might have. How did that only kill one Hydralisk? Okay, it injured the other ones quite nicely, is how it did that. Drop in here again. This is so frustrating. Gets, bam, couple drones down. Getting out, picked off by Larva. Corsair flying out there too. Hydras are what you want in this situation. Hydras can split pretty well against the Scarabs. Hydras will kill that shuttle eventually. Oh, and here's your... You can walk through that? This map is crazy. Look, it's Tracy's Armory. I got mine at Tracy's. I'm sure you did. Crazy, crazy stuff here. Corsair flying in. Ooh, almost got that Corsair. Scourge flying in. Corsair almost took that shot. Not quite though. Wow. Okay, this is the Corsair group you're interested in if you're a Zerg player. Like, there's enough of us that we don't really care if there are that many cannons. Or maybe we do. Maybe we do care if there are that many cannons. We're just going to make it so that the Corsair can't really go anywhere. They have to stay at home. This is setting up a contain with Scourge, which is really kind of interesting. Man, he is using Scarabs on single Zerglings, which I don't know is a great idea. Fourth base coming on in here for Larva. Larva's got, obviously, a Spire. He is working on Flyer Carapace, Missile Attack, and Ventral Sacs, which is transporting for the Overlords. Pretty fancy stuff. Scourge flying around, but the Corsair are not interested in leaving this corner of the map. They are very afraid of all the Scourge they saw. The Scourge are effectively useless, right? Unless the Corsair move out. This shuttle, it has the speed upgrade. It's being very cautious about where it goes, what angles it takes, where it unloads these Reavers. I'm just going to defend this third base with 2 Reaver and a bunch of cannon, and that's a really effective defense when you're dealing with Hydra, Ling, Lurker especially. I don't actually think I've seen the Lurker aspect researched. Production tab says no. Can we do anything here? No, can't tell. Can't tell what research has been completed. But that's a-okay. Oh, these shuttle. Oh, one down. Was that full? That might have been full of Reavers. Ouch! Right in the kisser. That was quite a hit. You don't want to take that if you're Stork. It's a close game as it is. Oh, these Mutas trying to do stuff. No, say the Corsair. How about you get out of our neighborhood? And are you sacrificing? Good micro, actually. Look at the split here. Target firing down those Scourge, not being a victim, fighting back against the attacker. I like it. I like what we're seeing from Stork on those. More target firing. A lot of Scourge have been killed. Those Scourge are not free, mind you. They cost gas. They cost minerals. They are bad news bearers if you lose those. Alright, so more Corsair, more Reaver. Stork is basically just going for gateways here. Going for gateway units, going for Corsair, going for Reaver, going for cannons. Just playing very Turtle style while doing some harassment. He hasn't really moved out with a huge army at any point in this game. And honestly, neither has Larva. He hasn't been able to. A base coming up in the bottom right-hand corner for the Zerg player. Really expanding all that he can. It's been very quiet for a while now. Probe goes down from the harassment end here. Those Mutas, man, they are running. They made their presence known, and they are fleeing from the Corsair right now. Corsair have +1 attack upgrade. The Mutalisks don't have any upgrades yet, but they are working on that Carapace. As I previously mentioned, we get another drop in. Yeah, it's another drop. It's another Reaver drop here at this third base. A lot of drones have been killed. Not huge groups of drones, mind you, but a lot. And it looks like maybe Larva's tired of being on the defensive. He's pushing Hydras and Mutas out this direction. He was just trying to see maybe if Stork was going to expand there, but no, definitely did not happen. Bottom right-hand corner hatchery is complete. So that's a 5th base. We're sitting on 5 bases right now for Larva, looking pretty dang good. Evolving Ensnare and making queens is Larva here. We have not seen the research of Ensnare in a while, I don't think. Most Ensnare I've seen have been during my playthrough of the StarCraft Remastered campaign at twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. If you're watching this anytime soon after I'm casting this and posting it, yeah, it's a good place to be. Also going to start casting the Warcraft 2 out there. Not casting it, sorry, playthrough. It's going to be a Let's Play of Warcraft 2. I'm very excited for it. It's been a long time since I played Warcraft 2. And I'm interested to see if it is as hard as I remember. Because when I was 15, It was real hard. Very, very difficult indeed. Also, if you want to stick around at the end of this cast, I will do a bonus, smaller, shorter cast, zoomed out as far as possible, which somebody requested on the Twitch the other day, so I figured I would do it. I'd just tack it on to an ending, to the ending of a longer game like this one is. And if you want to watch it, stick around, and if you don't want to watch it, then just click to something else when you're done with this one, maybe to another one of my remastered casts. I have a lot. I have many at this point, and I am going to start adding a third cast per week as their DTs running around here, trying to get into that fourth base, but no, Dark Templar shut down quite nicely there. Overlord passing an observer. And that poor Overlord did not stand a chance at all. Yeah, I'm going to start doing a third Brood War remastered cast per week. I found a bunch more replays, so I'm feeling better about not running out. So watch for that one. It's probably going to be something like a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule. Man, did those Scourge all get picked off? I think those Scourge all got picked off by Corsair. Alright, man, Stork's in a really good position. It's 156 to 164 supply. He's not up, but he has all the things you want against the Zerg player. The Corsair to deal with the air, the Reavers to deal with everything on the ground. The Reavers do have that upgrade, additional damage, 125 damage per shot on that Scarab. +1/+1 on the ground units. We're making High Templar right now. Do they have the Storm upgrade? I have to imagine they do, working on the Kaderan Amulet upgrade. So it would make a lot of sense. Corsair just killing Overlords. The DT takes down the 5th base in the bottom right-hand corner, all by his lonesome, because map control belongs to Stork right now. It is a gorgeous display of Protoss dominance right now. I'm not going to say Larva can't win. Larva can absolutely win. He's getting a lurker aspect, working on the Spore Crawlers, getting upgrades. He's playing exceptionally well. He's defending his 4 bases about as well as you can against a player of the caliber of Stork here. Ooh, he found a bit of an Overlord grouping. An Overlord family reunion. Those Scourge go down. The Hydras do manage to chase them away. Dark Templar somehow is inside the main base. He must have gotten dropped in here. I don't know how else he gets up here in the top left-hand corner of the base. Moving out a little bit is Stork. Corsair flying around. The only thing they really can't deal with here are the Hydralisks. And here's our engagement. Muta's trying to pick up the High Templar. Oh, man, do they get him? There's a storm. It doesn't matter. They are casting down storms all over the place right now. What a push. The Mutas went for it. The Mutas went for the High Templar. Could not finish the job. And the High Templar are fine. And suddenly it's 178 to 146 supply. Stork. Stork is making it happen, boys. He's got the High Templar. He's got the Dragoons. He's got the Corsair. He's got the Reavers inside of shuttles. And Lurkers are on the way. Well, the Lurker aspect is on the way, which means there are no Lurkers actually happening right now. Beautiful storm. Ouch! Just the Hydras can't get clumped up on that ramp like that. Is the worst possible place for them to be. And here we go, marching in through these little twin roads here, getting the Reavers down and taking some shots in the process, but also getting some shots up on these Hydralisks. This is looking like an incredibly strong attack from the Protoss player. A bit of a flanking move here from Hydras on the right side by Larva. But winning the left side handily and the right side handily with the Storm running in with Zerglings. But oh, the Scarab shots. Oh my goodness. That you just can't do that. The Lurkers are pretty bad against Dragoons. You've got Observers here. You're picking off Overlords as soon as they show up on the scene. The Storm on the Lurker there on the bottom side there too. Not quite enough to finish him off, but he's very injured. And there goes the Dragoon hit. Trying to come in. Is he trying to drop Hydras in here? He's trying to drop Hydras in here, but the Corsairs are trying to kill the Overlords first of all. Bunch of Hydras do manage to get in. The Reaver shots have not necessarily been on point here. There is an Archon, but it looks like Larva is just barely going to be able to hang on here by the seat of his pants. High Templar gets picked off. The remaining Zealots end up dead. They are taking some Hydralisks with them. Oh, I guess more are showing up, though. This is a never-ending battle arena right now. The Gateway units show up. There's still a Reaver present. He's trying to find an angle at which... Oh, huge hit! Huge Reaver hit there, and the Reaver is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the 4th base does end up falling to the Protoss forces thanks to reinforcements out of Stork. It is 129 to 100 supply. Expanding again is Stork. We are sitting on 3 base. Okay, technically a 4 base Zerg, but nothing's going on at that 4th base right now. Wow, what a play. The Mutas are going to try to take down this shuttle. Unload the Reaver. Unload the Reaver. Make it a better target. Where is this Scarab going to hit? Nobody knows. Okay. It doesn't. I think that might have been a dud there, but guess what? 4 more Reavers show up at this base. It is going to be a bloodbath of Zerg proportions. The Dragoons have +2 attack. The Mutalisks are not really doing a whole lot here against these Reavers, unfortunately. More and more coming in, though. As the hatch does end up falling, the Nidus Canal is going to be the target for the Scarabs. Now, no Nidus Canal for you, no reinforcements. Zealots getting right on top of that sunken colony. The Reavers are getting picked off, though. This game is getting an epic tag. I know I just did one last week, but holy crap. Larva is holding on in ways I don't know how. Where does he keep finding these mutas? I guess we can see his resources up there. His mineral bank is pretty good. That said, he's fighting these Dragoons. Some Hydras show up. Okay, some Hydras. One Hydra shows up. Zealots are here as well. Zealots going after Larva. Larva's Larva. Can't kill it, though, because it has 12 armor. Larva are hard to kill. Just because if you kill those, you can kill a Zerg real fast. And if they were easy to kill, it'd be a much different game. That said, Stork has expanded to the top left-hand corner as that's warping in very, very nicely. We've got Archons. We've got Zealots. We have more High Templar here. It's 154 to 85 supply. I feel like a lesser Zerg player would have been dead about 5 minutes ago, but as it stands, Larva is still managing to hang on. He's lost 3 bases. He still has this, which is nice. Can he see this? It's doing that thing again. I don't think he knows this exists. So frustrating. So very, very annoying that you can't see what they know about. You can see what they can see with vision, but not what they know exists anyway. Anyway, we are popping out of the Nidus Canal here up at this newly established, we'll call it the new 3rd base here. And they're going to try to take down this base in the top left-hand corner. This is a good amount of units. +2 armor on the ground units here. And +2 for the Mutalisks. No attack upgrades for anything, which is very interesting. The Zealots are made quick work of. And it looks like Stork may have overextended a little bit here. This top left-hand is not going to be able to be defended with what we are seeing here. And yeah, the Nexus is absolutely going to fall. Major, major victory there for Larva. But guess what? Found another hatchery coming up. Did this Dragoon. This Dragoon, can it win that fight? Barely, yeah. But then a whole ton of Mutalisks show up. 6 of them. And Dragoon is going to die. Okay, so holding the left side, it is his now. It is Larva's left-hand side of this base. He's looking good. He's looking strong. There's really nothing that is bothering him right now. And that's all there is to that. So, we got Hydra, Ling, Overlord. Scourge production has begun again for Larva. And pushing down to the south here are some Archons with +3 attack. Pretty terrifying stuff if you see this as a Zerg player. There are 3 Sunkens here, though, and some Scourge. The Scourge aren't going to do anything to anyone, though. Getting one shot by those Archons is scary stuff. Overlords getting picked off. Observer flies in and sees all of the sunken colonies, sees all of the Hydralisks, and says, ugh, I don't know about this. You almost really, really need Storm here. Attacking into this thing, though. Wow. No disruption web, as people will talk about in the comments. But the Reaver's getting some nice shots off on that static defense, and it has melted. Goodbye, sunken colonies. Hydra's coming into this very packed little arena here. This is not looking good. You don't want to attack into that, as Larva does manage to pull out. Getting some shots off on drones. If you don't want to engage with your army, we will kill your economy. If you're interested in that. Archon standing in, fighting, getting exploded. More shots. It's just pretty much Reavers here. Reavers are a support unit. But man, they are trading pretty darn well with these Hydralisks. Right now, Lurker's not even getting burrowed in at all, and our Skytoss army gets the heck on out. Some Dragoons and Archons find the replacement 3rd base for Larva and kill it. This base is probably going to die as well. Man, this has been a lot of dead hatch. This has been an insane amount of dead hatchery for Larva. Overlord's getting picked off too. This Corsair group has just been baller. No complaints about the performance of this Corsair group at all. So still sitting on 4 bases, trying to take this base in the bottom right, but guess what? Larva found this one, and all your probes are going to die, and your Nexus is going to die, because these Hydras are +2/+2 now. Really making those upgrades happen when you're under attack is so dang hard, but that's why Larva is great. Lurker low ground to high ground here. Oh, out of range of the cannons. Brilliant play out of Larva, shutting down all of the income happening. Yeah, man, this game is bananas. Oh, he saved it. He brought the Reavers over and saved the Nexus in the bottom right. Excellent job there by Stork. Amazing stuff. This Lurker has 24 kills. How do you have 24 kills, Lurker? What battles have you been involved in? I have not noticed you getting 24 kills. I haven't seen anybody get 24 kills, except maybe some of these Reavers. Which, yes, some of these Reavers definitely have 24 kills. Yeah, those Queens still on the way here. Haven't seen them use Ensnare. It'd be pretty darn good against the Corsairs to ensnare them and then bring the Scourge against them so they can't run away and can't maneuver quite as well as they've been able to in the past. We'll see if that comes into play here or not. Small engagement. These Hydras are not enough, and they are getting shoved away by the might of Stork's Protoss army. Some Lings tried to get over here, but they're just not strong enough. Just not strong enough there. Observer picked off again. A lot of Observers have died. Somehow, I don't know if these Dragoons are enough, but the Zealots coming from the left to the right side, catching a Hydra there quite nicely and forcing them to flee. If this base dies, Larva's just dead. If this base dies, Larva, that's just it. This Lurker, is it on hold position? You have to manually sit there and hold position it, right? Oh, and there it is. Before the final attack can come in, Larva taps out. And Stork is your winner in 25 minutes and 56 seconds. Oh, what a match. What a match for sure. Yeah, it's getting an epic tag. There was action all over the place. Nexus is killed. Hatchery's killed. Okay, how many hatches died? These died. This one died twice. This one died. And there was a Nexus that died up there and a Nexus that almost died down there. So as far as bases killed, it looks like it was 4. 4 hatcheries lost by Larva. This base was alive for quite some time. Kind of impressed by that, actually. Let's zoom back a little bit. Oh, it's doing the super fast forward thing. Where the heck did my minimap go? This replay is weird for that. So yeah, this base was alive for a very, very long time. But it doesn't have gas. And I think that's probably why Stork didn't care about it. He said, you can have this. You can have minerals all you want. I really only worry about gas units because Zerglings don't scare me. And they didn't. Okay, let's check out that final score. But oof, action-packed for sure. Good replay. Foreign Discord server. Brood War foreign Discord server. 385 units killed by Stork here. Larva killed 166. Structures raised 18 by the Protoss player. That is a good number. And only lost 4 buildings himself, which is just dead impressive. And then as usual, this usually tells a bit of the story here. Very close game according to the resources. Total spend is 50,500 for Stork, 50,450 for Larva. Very impressive. Minerals mined 38 to 37,000. Stork had more, but gas mined more from Larva, 13,000 to 12,000. But dang, too close to call. All right, well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. All right, welcome back, everyone. Remember how I said I was going to go ahead and cast another one of these after that game? I kind of forgot about it, but here we are anyway. All right, so super zoomed out in the top right-hand corner of the third world map again is Stork. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the yellow Zerg player this time. His name is going to be Larva. The minimap kind of covers up Larva's base while I'm zoomed out. Yeah, alright, so Overlord Scouting is Larva, and way, way up at the top right-hand corner, looking very, very lonely, in a sea of black and a sea of emptiness, is going to be Stork. Probe moving out. I assume he's going to throw down a pylon and then scout at this point, because you never know what Larva is going to be up to. Hatch first, spawning pool first. Yeah, the sound effects are very, very quiet the more zoomed out you get, so this is basically as quiet as the sound effects will ever get for one of my casts. Already learning stuff. Already learning stuff for science here on this. And yeah, somebody in the Discord server, link in the description, suggested that I do this. Really wanted to see how it would turn out, so I figured I would do it. So here we are. 200 minerals. And yep, there's your spawning pool. Spawning pool going down here for Larva. Probe coming in, sees, okay, so no expansion yet. There's your pool, just like we saw in the first game between these two players. And it's going to be some Ling pressure. Will it be met by Zealot pressure is the question. There is a gateway coming up on the other side of the map here for our Protoss player. Probe just running around, trying actually the mineral trick a little bit here. Have I seen that in a Brood War game? That's definitely something that happens in StarCraft 2. There's no reason to not do it in Brood War. But maybe that's something that translated over from the StarCraft 2 scene. Some of the Legacy of the Void players figured that out early and made it on over to the Brood War side of things. Gateway comes up. Zealot production has begun for our Protoss player. And expanding. Yeah, there's the block happening there. We can't really zoom in. But the block happening at the natural location. But the third base is going to go down very nice this time. So this time, the pylon, it does go down, blocking the natural base. The third base, on the other hand, is going to go up a lot sooner than it did in the first game of this cast today. Probe comes in, sees that it's too late to really do anything about it. And we have our first Zealot just wandering on down. Overlord sees it. Overlord scouting pattern. Beautiful here for Larva. What else can we expect, though, from this player? Ling's going to go ahead and try to knock down that pylon. This is pretty much a carbon copy of, well, not a carbon copy of the first game, but it's pretty close, actually. I'm wondering if these guys are practicing against each other with this replay. But the pylon goes down. There's a ton of Lings out here. That Zealot immediately starts hoofing it, recognizing, okay, I can't kill 6 Lings. If on a good day, I can kill 4. But 6 is not going to happen here. The Ling's actually heading... Where are you guys going? Hold up. Trying to right-click them down here. And yeah, they're hiding, it seems like. The Zealots are waiting for them to come up. But they're not. 2 cannons warping in up here at the front door. So is it literally just... Yeah, so it'll literally just up and down at this stage. This is hilarious. Oh! This is what the cannons are. What is... No, don't zoom in. Don't zoom in. Cannons at the natural base. He got a pylon up, and now he's making cannons at that natural. Oh, can the Lings get there? There's Zealots rolling in here, too. The Lings can't help. I think he just has to abandon this base. Oh, no. Both of them get canceled. Oh, and that's your good game. I couldn't even see the Lings down there. This is so dumb. All right, tell you what. Shut up, music, real quick. Shut up. Okay, I need to... I'm going to back this up a little bit. Okay, so basically, probes... We're smacking these things as they're warping in, getting shots off, making them so that they're very, very injured. And then basically making some Zerglings here... Gosh, this is so weird. On these more recent remastered replays, the hotkeys are messed up for some reason. And then this cannon dies, and that cannon gets canceled, and then Stork decides to GG out. Very, very weird. Weird place for him to GG out there. But that Zealot was dead. This Zealot is almost dead. Another Zealot coming in. I think this cannon... Well, is that a sunken? It's a sunken that's almost complete. God, I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, some Zerglings also made it over here, and they were... Oh, they depowered the gateway. That's what happened. They got... Oh, they came all the way over. All right, all right. So basically, what I've learned is observing is hard. Because you don't... The minimap is covering the... Where are these guys? Ah, that was the Lings that were hidden that whole time. And then they rolled up here, and there were no Zealots at home. There was one being produced, but it wasn't there yet. And there was nothing to stop this pylon from going down, and that depowered the gateway. And that's why Stork tapped out. Okay, he was in a great position other than these 6 Lings shutting down his Zealot production. That's hilarious. All right, so how about in the comments? You guys let me know. Do you want me to try to cast a longer game, fully zoomed out? I don't know. I don't know if it'd be fun. I don't know if you guys would enjoy it, so that's why I'm asking. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, thanks again. Thanks for being here for the Stork versus Larva Twofer. That was not sneaky, but it was a twofer nonetheless. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks.